You get a good at bat, then you have a bad at bat, and then you have a good at bat with a bad result. Hit the ball hard at somebody, and it's not going to produce any runs.
The UL Lafayette baseball team is coming off a series win against Dallas Baptist. The Cajuns will play 5 games at home this week, starting with Texas Rio Grande Valley tonight. Head coach Matt Degg says his team needs to do these things well to remain successful.
We want to win time of possession, meaning how long were we on defense versus them. We want to win response and zero game, meaning if you score on us, we've got to respond. If we score on you, we got to go out and throw up a zero. Want to win alpha at bats, run our third less than 2. And I thought we were just okay at that this weekend.
UL Lafayette is ranked 12th in the RPI. LRN.
KSYL. I have to tell you about a real conversation between me and ChatGPT's latest version, 5.3, that I had yesterday. You see, I asked about an ABC News report that with the death of the Ayatollah, Iran is using coded radio transmissions to activate terrorist sleeper cells in America. You will not believe ChatGPT's response. I'm Kim Commando for ExpressVPN. When you're online, you're always tracked. Keep your activities private and secure. Get 4 extra months free at expressvpn.com/Kim. Now listen to ChatGPT's reply. Are you ready? Quote, the scenario described, including the death of the Ayatollah, a February 28th U.S.-Israeli strike, and an alert about sleepers as triggers, cannot currently be verified in credible media. There's no confirmed public record of these events. If such an event had occurred, it would be one of the largest geopolitical developments in decades. End quote. Wow. If ChatGPT got this wrong, what else is it missing? Join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletters to stay tech ahead every day at getkim.com. Who really knows you best? Your spouse, your kids? If you use a smartphone, a computer, or any internet-connected device, thousands of companies are tracking what you do online. Big tech makes billions every year monitoring the sites you visit and the things you buy. A lot of that activity is tied to your IP address. They build a profile about you, what you search for, what you like, and use it to target you with ads. That's why I use ExpressVPN. It hides your real IP address and encrypts your internet connection so what you do online isn't visible to companies, your internet provider, or anyone else trying to snoop. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. One subscription covers up to 8 devices, your phone, laptop, tablet, even your smart TV. Just one click and you're protected. Take back control of your online privacy today at expressvpn.com/Kim. And right now, get 4 extra months at expressvpn.com/Kim. That's expressvpn.com/Kim. expressvpn.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, good morning. Happy Tuesday morning to you all. It's the 10th day of March. Happy birthday to my sister yesterday, who turned 59 years old. I guess I'm not supposed to say that, right? That's why I mumbled it. But good day for everybody else. I wasn't on the air yesterday, so I couldn't do that to her. But Stephen, when is your birthday?
November, late November.
Late November. I
was born on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
So like every 4 years, it lands back on it.
I was going to say every 4 years or every 7 years. I don't know how that works.
Is it 7? It could be.
I don't know. There's 7 days in a week, so I figured it would rotate around.
It is my daughter's birthday today.
Oh.
She is 3 years old.
Come on, man.
She got her little balloons this morning.
Yeah. Was she awake when you took her? Did you take her?
I didn't today. Okay. She's usually up by 6:45.
I heard you say that yesterday.
Yeah.
Y'all got to sleep in Sunday on that rare.
That never ever happens. We are booking it to get up and at it.
Saving time, yeah.
So.
Wow. Yep. Okay. Well, happy birthday, Sophia. That's great. You got any other plans for her this eevening? Got any birthday parties?
We might meet up with the family, but her birthday's going to be on the 28th. Just don't tell her. So.
Okay.
Yeah, we're kind of behind.
Sophia, don't listen. Close your ears, baby.
Well, we got the Dancing with the Stars thing this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. She won't know.
No, you're right. You know, I'm seeing a trend that I think is probably not an unhealthy trend of people, when they post their pictures of their kids, they blur their faces or put little stickers on their faces and stuff. And, you know, the more you see about internet security, you realize we give out way too much information.
And I've struggled with it too. You know, what's the right course of action?
You want your friends to see your kids and celebrate, but when you put it out there, so Facebook has a thing called friends lists, and you can create lists and then you can share with just a certain list. And so I have done that a few times. Like I have a couple of I have some lists that are my missions only groups of people, my Spanish speaking people. So sometimes when I post something to just them, it would confuse everybody to see me writing in Spanish. So I'll send it to them. But that may be something you could do, create a immediate family group, not really a group, it's just a friend list, and then share it to them.
It's a tough one too, because the whole world operates on social media now.
Right.
And you have to grow your kids up on and prepare them for the world. But at the same time, you don't believe they should get on until they're like 16, 17.
Yeah.
So it's a tough one.
I saw this video yesterday. It was obviously AI generated. It was children in the 70s that were saying things like, "You mean to tell me in 50 years from now?" And the one that got me the most was a kid sitting there with a bunch of cassette tapes. And he says, "You mean to tell me 50 years from now, you won't own your own music? You'll have to pay a monthly rental fee. And if you don't pay the fee, you can't listen to music?" And I was like, wow. And it was almost like, you mean to tell me that everybody will have a little box and they use the box to order food and strangers will bring their food to their house? My mom said, don't talk to strangers. It was like, it was this whole series of a bunch of different things of how the world has changed. And, it becomes more real to me every year. For example, around 9/11, I do chapel at Grace Christian School. Been doing that since 2003. And when I first started, the very first September 11th in 2003, it was just 2 years prior. And so we've always done a 9/11 memorial. Well, here we are 20 some odd years later. These to the kids today, 2003 is what World War II was to me.
Yeah, it was like Pearl Harbor for you.
Yes, it was 20 something years before I was born. So yet it's such a modern reality for us. And I think we need to remember that kids growing today, Al did a great piece a couple of weeks ago about the resiliency of the Gen X people, but there will be a resiliency to this generation as well, because they will have adapted to the opportunities that are given to them, and they may not, they won't walk uphill both ways to school in the snow all year long, we say.
What's the resiliency of Gen X? What did they do?
You have to ask Al. He did a better job of describing it than me. But I think it was more
like the resiliency of the World War II kids and the kids who worked in factories.
Yeah. Well, I was telling my daughter, we were driving back from Texas this weekend, and we were talking about the type of life, and I was kind of writing her a little bit. Yeah, she's got a cushy life. She really doesn't realize how cushy she has. I said, I want you to realize this. Your grandfather, my dad, a man you know him. You hug him every weekend at church. When he was a child, studied by a kerosene lantern, used an outhouse, and had to pump water to bring into that's my father. That's not
we've done it 100 or less years. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, Dad's 85. So yeah, that was 80 years ago. Yeah. But still, how much has the world changed in 80 years? I think, I don't want to disparage the generation either. I think they will find their stride and they'll build on the advancements. And if they're wise, they'll build on the shoulders of giants that came before them.
Well, if they didn't turn out the way they wanted them to, just remember Gen X raised us. So it's on them.
Well, I'm proud of you. You did good. And all of a sudden, we were all proud of our kids. There's a little helicopter parenting going on, but that's the world we live in too. We're scared of the world around us. So.
We're in a world now where, I hate to say it, you drop your kid off at school, you just never know. And I hate to say it. It's something you think about all the time. So it's a little bit different these days. But
it is.
I don't think people understand the struggle us millennials went through. We had to buy DVDs to watch our movies. Now they just click buttons and stuff. I think millennials were the last ones who understood both worlds. Because we grew up outside. We didn't have all the super technology we have now. And then we were kind of the generation that watched technology mature or devolve, whatever you want to call it. And so it's been a weird transition.
I think millennials do have a unique perspective on things because, and I'm at the tail end. I think baby boomers ended in 64 and or something like that. And then the Gen whatever I am, the boomer. Am I a boomer or an X? I don't know. I'm a
boomer
65.
X.
I'm a boomer
X-boomer.
X. I'm right there on that cusp. And so there are times because of older cousins and family members, you have that connection to that earlier generation, that pioneering generation. And then
I think my kid is generation
Alpha?
Beta.
Oh, is it Beta already?
Let me see.
Wow. Well, while you look that up.
Oh, no. She's Alpha. She missed it. 25 is Beta.
Okay.
Yeah. 25 to 2039.
We got a ways
Alpha.
to go.
He's going to be an Alpha baby.
Wow. Check that out.
Yeah. 2010 to 24.
Can you see that already? Alpha.
He acts like it. Or they say it's a three-nager or something. So a little sassy.
I love it. Well, being the father of 4 daughters, I love girls and empower them every way I can and love seeing them thrive. Hey, we have a great show today. We have a full show today. If you have a phone call for us, you need to do it right now because coming up at 7:30, Jason Parks, the director of the Northwestern State University Sinlock campus, will be in with a special guest that we'll be talking with him about. I think he's going to be bringing in or have on the phone, I'm not sure which, Cole Gentry, the Chief Marketing Officer for NSU. And so excited to have them. At 8 o'clock, we will be joined by Pineville Mayor Joe Bishop. Today is City Council meeting. And so for over 20 years now, on the second Tuesday of the month, the mayor of Pineville has come through the last 3 administrations. We appreciate that. And Mayor Bishop continuing that. Talk to us about upcoming events and hopefully letting us know when 165 is fully going to be open. We'll find out. We might get that cue from him today. And then coming up at 8:30, we will continue the municipal connection with Mayor Gail Wilking from the town of Ball. We'll be calling in. And she got a small thing going on this Saturday that she might want people to know about. You probably heard of RC and a Moon Pie. Well, there's a little festival involved that she'll chat with us about. So that's the things that are coming up later in the show. But until then, until 7:30 anyway, it is open line. You can give us a call right now, 318-442-8255, the BOM talk line. And outside of that window, we would appreciate your calls being to the guests that come in. And you're certainly welcome to give them a call, whenever you're able to, or if you'd like to, if you have a question about the topic that they're talking about. So, hey, you out and about yesterday, getting a couple stories. Is there any update on that Ball homicide situation? I know that they had, at one time, they thought they had a sighting in Pineville, but then that proved to be of no avail.
Yeah, no, nothing new yet.
So I'm sure the U.S. Marshals Task Force will be, commissioned to go look for him.
No telling where he's at.
No telling. I'm sure. I doubt he's in Central Louisiana. So definitely brought some fear into the community and some concern, and our hearts go out to the families that are affected by that. So,
also, KLB reporting the shooting at McDonald's on South MacArthur last night. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I missed that.
Yeah, they have a couple of reports there, so maybe we'll get an update from police on that situation. KLB is reporting that the person is expected to survive.
Okay.
So we will see.
Okay.
McDonald's on South MacArthur.
Well, that's a scary thing right there in our community. By the way, I'm looking at the calendar of upcoming events. I'm mad but not mad. I look at the calendar for tomorrow. Bluebell's going to be here introducing a new ice cream flavor.
What is it?
Honey vanilla.
Ooh, I put honey on my ice cream.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't have to if you bought the new Bluebell honey vanilla.
Here's better.
So I told you I'm mad and not mad. I'm mad that they're coming, but I'm not mad because they're only visiting the FM stations.
Oh, they still drop by.
You sure?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I may have to drop by too.
You should. You want to fill in for me?
No, I don't think so. I think you're good. So I honestly did not get a chance to catch up with you yesterday. Any other breaking stories or interesting tidbits you gave us?
Not really. I went to, why was I in Pineville? I was in Pineville for something. Shoot.
I know that TJ Maxx gave $10,000.
TJ Maxx. Oh, yeah. I stopped at Hemingway House.
Okay.
It's not news, but I stopped at Hemingway House for the first time since they finished.
Right.
Great little spot.
Isn't it, though?
Oh, my goodness.
I've been once, and it was, I'm trying to think, like 10:30 in the morning. It was packed.
Okay, good.
You know, it was, and every time I drive by, there are cars out across the street. You know, the parking's a little bit limited there, but
it's got to be cool to see. I mean, seeing all that area develop.
Absolutely. And then driving in this morning, 414 Main had their place lit up, the new little convenience store. It's not open yet, but the canopy was lit up, the storefront was lit up. And I thought, man, what a beautiful change in downtown Pineville, you know, from City Hall to really from the railroad tracks to the river in the last 20 years, completely transformed.
Oh, yeah. And it should be getting better, too.
Absolutely. More good things to come.
I can't tell you how many times I've wanted that gas station on Main Street. My goodness, especially when I was in college.
The old Eddie's.
Yeah. You just had to go way out of your way to get gas. And I was always the guy who'd wait till empty and I'd be freaking out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, when you said that gas station, I thought you meant the old gas station that a lot of people have wanted to buy next to, used to be Lee J's on the Levee. It's now Southern Creations. There's a little gas station there, Eddie's SO or Eddie, I think is what it's called. And every Christmas, they decorate it to make it look beautiful. And it's a Photoshop, but they don't want to sell it. But this is the 414 that will be opening soon. So very nice. I also heard through the grapevine, Jorge Rocha has bought another property on Main Street.
Really?
I got to get that confirmed, but I heard that yesterday.
Let me know.
Find out what's happening there, because he's transforming Main Street.
He is.
All right, well, 7:30, time for Take the Bottom of the Hour break. When we come back, Jason Parks with NSU right here on Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. The rally for stocks this morning evaporating. There are reports of an oil tanker explosion in the Middle East, and that's casting doubt that the war will be over soon. Stock futures have turned lower from earlier gains. Oil is falling, but off the lows of the day at $90 a barrel. In other news, Live Nation reached a surprise settlement with the Justice Department. The deal was hammered out just a week into its landmark antitrust trial. The company was accused of illegally monopolizing the live music industry. Under the terms, Live Nation won't have to sell Ticketmaster. Plus, the company agreed to cap fees at 15% for tickets sold at its venues. And oil giant Shell is selling Jiffy Lube to private equity firm Monomoy Capital Partners for $1.3 billion. Shell has been pushing to cut costs and offload some of its underperforming assets. Jiffy Lube has been part of Shell's lubricants business for more than 20 years. The deal is expected to close in the second half of the year. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
What's happening at your library this spring? Everything. At Rapides Parish Library, there's something for everyone. We have book clubs, classes, and fun for all ages, all free. Adults, check out our painting classes, gardening workshops, and enjoy a live cooking demo. Kids, you can make slime, learn to draw cartoons, and more hands-on fun. Whatever your age or interest, we've got you covered. Visit your RPL library this spring. We promise you'll find something for you.
Well, good morning. Some patchy fog to start us out on this Tuesday morning. The clouds, they're going to stick around for the day. Afternoon highs near 83. Slight chance of some showers throughout the day. Cloudy skies down to 69 for the overnight low. And then for Wednesday, it looks like cloudy early in the day. Possibility of some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Afternoon highs near 81. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to Talkback on this Tuesday morning, and we are delighted to be joined in studio by Jason Park, the director of the Northwestern State University Cenla campus. And Jason, I know we have a guest calling in just a little bit, but in the meantime, we're going to be chatting with you. Excited to have you here in the studio, because it's a new partnership that's been created with in Northwestern State University, and you are directing that experience there at Northwestern, something that I think you've been enjoying. It looks to me anyway like you've been enjoying. Y'all got the Discover NSU Cenla events. You get helping people to understand what the happenings are around NSU. So good morning, Jason. How are you doing?
Good morning, Nathan. Good morning, Stephen. How you guys doing today?
Man, we're doing great. We're catching up just a little bit.
Same here.
Last month, we made the mistake. I made them. I'll completely own the mistake. We brought you in like 20 minutes late or whatever, and then held you over and, kind of split your time. Is that what we did?
Yeah,
I think
we did
that. Yeah. Well, this time we got you in on time.
Got me in. I appreciate it.
But we want to talk about some exciting things. And y'all have a program, which we're hoping to get a phone call here shortly, waiting to hear from. Is it said J.D. Cox is calling in?
Yes, Mr. J.D. Cox, who is with our School of Biological and Physical Sciences. He's an assistant professor there on main campus in Natchitoches. He also oversees our ARGO program, which is the Advanced Remote and Geospatial Operations. What he is going to be doing is providing some training at the Cenla campus for a remote pilot certification prep course. Right. And I believe JD is going to call in, or is calling in.
We may have him right now. Good morning. You're on Talkback. Is this JD?
It is.
Hey, good morning,
Thank
sir.
you for having me.
We're glad to have you. You were hearing Jason give you the introduction there. How did that sound?
Sounded perfect. You didn't even need me.
Well, I think he says once he gets past the introduction, he's going to need you.
Yeah, I'm going to need you bad, JD.
Well, so you said Argo, and so I obviously had to look it up because I don't know what that is. But those terms, advanced remote and geospatial operations, can you translate that into fifth grade English for me?
Sure. We fly drones and make really cool maps.
There you go. That's exactly the explanation I needed. We fly drones and make cool maps. So I'm assuming there's a huge impact or opportunity for the data that you guys collect in decision making, in people's long range planning, not just for the campus, but in private industry as well.
Yeah, so it's funny that you use that term. That's exactly what we describe it as, is decision support. We can provide information sort of for a lot of different applications. So we work a lot in agriculture fields, not just row crops, but also into forestry. We work with archaeology and historic preservation. We work with, municipalities and things like that for city, mapping city infrastructure. And we really cover a lot of ground.
So these are not just your, $35 Walmart drones that you guys are dealing with. I'm looking at your website, and that looks like a B-2 stealth bomber somebody's holding in their hands there.
Yeah, I wish we don't even have an updated list on there right now. We've got so much new stuff coming in. I think we're up around, I think our fleet is up around 40 at this point. And that ranges for everything from stuff that we can, work with K through 12, school age kids, all the way up to the really fun stuff that we fly. That's, it's like having a car in the air, cost wise.
I remember a few years ago, I'm on the city council in Pineville, and we were looking at investigating the intersection of Edgewood Drive and Susek Drive. There was a huge bottleneck there, and Pan American engineers sent their drone out, and it gave video footage of that intersection for probably about 20 minutes or 30 minutes. I mean, and it was it was almost as if somebody had built a tower and fixed a camera on, because it was so stable. It blew my mind, and it actually helped our planning, which we ended up putting in a roundabout there, which has served the community well. But it was that video that literally convinced people this is what needs to be done. And I'm sure you find great fulfillment in providing people that type of data.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of doing all this, and I've kind of learned this across doing several jobs over my lifetime, is I really like the opportunity to be the solutions person. Somebody comes to us with a problem and says, hey, I have these things that need to be done, and our job, our task, our mission is to figure out and provide solutions to whatever those problems are. So we're in the solutions business, maybe more so than anything else.
Well, it's amazing how you guys kind of keep up with the times and come up with these different programs as technology advances, because when I was in school, this would have been awesome.
Well, I hope it still is.
So how long has the Argo program been in existence at NSU?
So as it sits now, it's been about, I guess, maybe 6 years in the making. And probably over the last 2 years, we've really gained some traction and some momentum because we started with nothing. You know, all we had was a really cool idea. Then we said, okay, you know, I think this is needed. I think this will be wanted. I think we'll have, you know, positive impacts for students and for the community and all those things. And it's like, okay, how do we do it? And so we went from, you know, no curriculum, no drones, no lab space, no nothing, just an idea. And then kind of fast forward 6 years later, and now we've got kind of a fully realized program where we have an academic component, we have the space and the software to do all these things, and then we have the drone fleet to support all these different endeavors. So it's really come a long way, I guess, in really a short period of time. Sometimes it doesn't feel that way. It feels like we've been trudging through the sand to get here, but I guess on the scale of things, we've kind of come a long way in a short period of time.
I can't go ahead, Stephen.
Oh no, just kind of give us a rundown of the different industries that might hire kids with these with this experience and these degrees.
So it might be easier to list the ones that won't. The only ones I haven't found where I can really put them to work is in nursing, you know?
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Everybody else has a need for them, you know. Agriculture and forestry, that's a huge part of the industry. We work a lot with, over on the social sciences side, criminal justice majors. We've done several trainings over the years for sheriff's office and law enforcement personnel, teaching them how to use drones. Sort of historic preservation. We do a lot of 3D modeling work of historic buildings and significant sites. You know, obviously on the engineering side, there's tons of different applications there, everything from the electrical engineering where we're building drones, which is not my forte, by the way, over to the civil engineering side where we're actually using them to collect that landscape level data for, you know, some sort of engineering project. So it's really just only limited by kind of your imagination. Any opportunity where you might need an eye in the sky, there's a way that we can integrate into that.
All right, we're talking with J.D. Cox from the Argo program at NSU. We've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll continue the conversation and find out how folks might get involved with this. We'll be back with more on Talkback right after this.
KSYL.
Tired of that same plumbing issue? Call Southern Air Heating and Cooling. Plumbing problems, large or small, Southern Air will fix them all. And you'll get service with no delay from certified technicians the very same day. Take advantage of our $99 drain clearing special and our 0% financing for those larger jobs. Call Southern Air Heating and Cooling at 318-777-5555 or visit us online at southernairnow.com. The official heating and cooling provider for LSU football.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talkback.
And we're back on the line. J.D. Cox from Northwestern State University, directing the Argo program, which is, of course, the Advanced Remote and Geospatial Operations. Of course, that's what it is, as opposed to Argo, not the movie. And Jason was telling us, J.D., during the break about some of the equipment you guys have, how absolutely amazing. I mean, this stuff is almost like science fiction to us a few years ago.
Yeah, you know, the technology evolves so fast. I always equate it to people it's like cell phones. You know, as soon as you buy a cell phone, it's almost like it's obsolete. And that's kind of the rate at which sort of drone technology is evolving. So I feel like half of my time is spent just shopping. Like, what's coming out next? What's the latest thing? What are we, you know, what options are out there now that weren't out yesterday?
Oh, that's mine, yeah.
Sorry about that. We had a little distraction here in the office and in the studio, but we got that taken care of. Well, look, when you talk about that type of technology, so many times we've talked about how the things we saw in Star Trek in the 60s and 70s is becoming reality today. And I can imagine that since the time you started the program, there have been changes. Even you're having to continue to learn, right?
Absolutely. It's, you know, every day it feels like I'm looking at the different, you know, looking at websites, talking to manufacturers and, you know, trying to get the latest scoop, you know, what's up next, what's coming. Not, you know, for us, particularly when we're, you know, looking ahead, planning ahead for, you know, providing our students with a relevant coursework. It's not what's out today. It's what's out tomorrow.
Wow. All right. Well, I've got more questions, and Stephen does too. But before we do that, we have a phone call, and I'm going to do my best to not drop you. So hold on a second here. Good morning. You're on Talkback with J.D. Cox and Jason Parks.
We know yesterday somebody flew a drone over Barksdale Air Force Base, and they had a lockdown. They made everybody shelter in place until they found out what the drone was about.
Wow. J.D., had you heard about that?
I hadn't heard that, but yeah, that's a real serious deal. That's some very, very highly controlled airspace. So, operating a drone in a place like that is pretty serious.
Wow.
Something else too. President Kennedy, his older brother, Joe Kennedy, President Kennedy, John Kennedy's older brother, Joe Kennedy, was killed in a drone in the 1940s.
I knew he had died, but I never heard it was with a drone.
They were rigging a big airplane with a bomb to be a bomb to fly into something, and they were remote controlling this big airplane. And Joe Kennedy was supposed to set the fuse on the bomb, and evidently something went wrong, and the whole airplane blew up with him in it.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
Nope, didn't know that. Well, we learn something new every day from our callers. Thank you, caller. Appreciate that. He's dropped off the line. So, JD, I wanted to ask you, if somebody is interested, is this a major that is offered, a major course of study, or what type of degrees are available for those who want to get involved in the Argo program?
Well, that's one of the beauties about how we kind of structured the thing is it doesn't really matter what your degree is. The way that the academic side is structured, it's an undergraduate certificate, so it's sort of an add-on to any degree program. And we're working with the different departments on campus, continuously to better integrate it into their coursework. So if somebody has an interest in working with drones, it doesn't really matter if, they come in for biology or criminal justice or even English or our communications and new media department is a huge supporter of what we do, and we work a lot with their students. So any degree on campus, any student seeking any degree can come to us and say, hey, I have an interest in using drones in this field. What can I do? And, we can work with them both on the academic side. And if they just want to, hang out and work in the lab, we can do that too. So it's extremely flexible.
That's absolutely fascinating, and good to know that those options are there. So what type of student would you say is fitting the mold of those, or do you have a wide variety?
Yeah, we have a ton of different types of students. So right now, I've got two student workers that are working in my lab. One is a traditional student worker. The other is there on a scholarship. And one is a biology major. Kind of their interest is in wildlife and looking at ducks, deer, that sort of thing. And then the other person is a communications major, and they specialize in sort of social media and broadcast and that sort of thing. So we pull from a wide pool of students, and it really helps us because I feel like everybody that works for me knows more than I do. And I'm just like the idea person. So this is a cool idea. Can we do this? And then I have to have people that are working with me that can actually figure things out.
You're like Steve Jobs.
Surround yourself with smarter people.
I hope that's what I've done. But I've got a full-time staff of two folks that work with me, and I tell everybody that'll listen that without those two people in place, none of this happens. They're the lifeblood, the heart and soul of the program, and without them, there'd be no way to do the things that we do.
It's especially beneficial too, I could say, to have for like a communication student to have that add-on of drone certification and expertise, because I can tell you television stations and broadcast industries are looking for people with that license because it's a pain to get if you're already working. So that's fantastic.
No doubt about it. We actually just got 3 cinema grade drones in. So, and then we've got the cameras to go on them, which are, high end cinematography cameras with good lenses and everything. And the idea is to further integrate this into the media side of things, but also into our art side with film studies and things like that to further integrate into that sort of cinematography, videography, and filmmaking component.
So do you guys look for local projects to work with? If someone's looking to possibly utilize your services, can they reach out to you to give your students the practical hands-on operations, or is everything pretty much in a controlled environment?
No, we work all over the state. In fact, last week my team was up in Union Parish for a couple of days and up in East Carroll Parish for a couple of days. So we go all over the state working on different projects. No project's too big, no project's too small. We don't really cull anything. We'll entertain almost any project and usually figure out a way to accomplish whatever the client's looking for.
Well, very good. We need to take our final break of the half hour. We come back, Jason Park's going to give some more probing questions for J.D. Cox for the Argo program that will hopefully incite you guys to want to be more involved. Back with more on Talkback right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
I start every workday morning off the same way. I stop in and pick up breakfast at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express. It's convenient, quick, and oh so good. Croissants, biscuits, breakfast subs, and their hot coffee is the perfect pick-me-up. They always ask me why I'm in such a good mood when I get to work. Improve your mood. Stop by Wilmore's any weekday morning from 6 till 9 and get your day started right. That's Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express right there on the corner of North MacArthur Drive and Bayou Rapides Road.
My mother told me about Pro Carpet and duct cleaning when the twins were so sick with allergies and pollen, and boy, did it help, and lowered our utility bill. And we almost have no dust in our house.
50% of all illness is caused by indoor air. 9 out of 10 systems fail because of dirt and dust. Doesn't your family deserve clean air?
For a cleaner, healthier home, call 445-4818. That's 445-4818.
Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum. Even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial. All with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Fences that feel like home.
I don't know if it's just an American thing, but we seem to love lists. Best restaurants in London, best places to go for spring break, that kind of thing. But Condé Nast Traveler magazine recently came up with a category that was new to me, the 50 most beautiful cities in the world. Clickbait, I know, but I'll bite. What are some of the best? From America's #1 travel radio show, this is your Arm World Travel Minute. I'm Rudy Maxa. How does anyone decide what the prettiest cities are? Well, the magazine said they're places that offer their own brand of beauty, the kind that will provide lasting memories. Okay. Fortunately, they listed them alphabetically. They didn't rate them worst to best. Among the cities Americans like to visit include Amsterdam, Barcelona, Bruges in London, Bergen in Norway, Buenos Aires, Charleston, South Carolina, Dublin, Dubrovnik, Florence, Hong Kong, Hanoi, Istanbul, Jaipur, Kyoto, London, New York City, Prague, and so on. Unexpected cities to me included Quito in Ecuador, Riga in Latvia, and Yerevan in Armenia, and Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. For fun, go to cntraveler.com, link to its prettiest city list, and see how many you've been to. More travel info at armworldtravel.com.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Welcome back. Love the music. Gives us a chance to get ready for the final segment. And Jason, I know that you've enjoyed having J.D. Cox on this morning. You were telling us during the breaks, J.D., you didn't get to hear him bragging about you, but tell him what the kind of things that, if you tripled the size of your program, you'd still be busy every single day.
I think you're exactly right. We've kind of been in a mode the last few years of what we've called capacity building, building our fleet, building our infrastructure, getting the word out. And now I feel like we're in a mode where we're trying to scale up, and let's just push the limits and see just how much we can take on and then grow to meet the need.
Amazing. Well, Jason, tell us about this this program that they're offering coming up soon here in the Sinai campus.
Absolutely. Before I get into that real quick, when I was driving into the show this morning, I heard Stephen mention that today is your daughter's birthday.
Yeah.
Well, this is not on the program, but I do want to do a shout out to my dad. Today is his 80th birthday.
Wow. There you go.
I know you mumbled your sister's birthday, but I'm sure my dad wouldn't mind everyone knowing
you
that
reach a certain age, you just don't care.
March 10th must be the day, man.
I'm telling you, our family got together and celebrated with him on Sunday.
Wonderful.
But today is his actual birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. I love you very, very much.
Wonderful. That's
happy birthday.
All right, now let's get back to bragging on JD. Well, I'll tell you, when I first met JD, it was actually at a LaRue conference in Marksville at the Paragon Casino. And he had his drone display set up there in the auditorium. And of course, there were other vendors and folks there with showcasing their goods and things. But 90%, 95% of the attendees there were just, piled up on JD and his drone display. And they did a fantastic job that day. So that's when I really first got to meet JD and was kind of introduced to the program and saw the great, great potential that it was going to have, not just for Northwestern State University, but for students, business, industry, and the like. So as a result, and as time has gone by, we have been able to expand, like JD was mentioning earlier, some of the certification prep courses. And that's one of the things that the NSU Sinai campus here in Alexandria out at England Airport is going to be able to offer on March the 28th and the 29th. Now, that is a Saturday and a Sunday event. And like we mentioned earlier, working folks, that's about the only time that they would have to get away to participate in such a program. But it will be a 2-day in-person training program that's basically designed to prepare participants for the FAA remote pilot certification exam. And for those who don't know what FAA is, that's the Federal Aviation Administration. And so, like the caller even mentioned earlier about some of the drones that were sighted at Barksdale yesterday, this course will actually be covering some of the legal and ethical responsibilities, operational safety, risk management, airspace classifications, the restrictions and things of that nature that are involved in that prep course. So I've kind of thrown that part out. So JD, I'm gonna let you chime in and kind of give the listening audience some additional information on the prep course.
We've got about a minute, so go ahead and
make it fast.
Fast I could do. No, it's that you're exactly right. So the flying part is what everybody thinks about. That's really the easy stuff. The hard part is learning how to do this in a way that is legal, safe, and ethical, and that's the focus of this class. It's preparing you with the information for the exam, but we're also teaching you all of those things, how to negotiate the legal components of it and the ethical components of it, which is the biggest part of all this and the hardest part. So those are the things that we really focus on in this course, and it's made for professionals.
Got to cut you short. How do people find out more? How do they register? 10 seconds. Jason,
they can call call.
JD?
They can call in 318-357-6174. That's my number, and we'll direct them anywhere they need to go.
All right, JD Cox, Jason Parks from NSU. Thank you guys for being here.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has just given an update on the Iran war. He says, simply, we are winning. And he's called out 2 former presidents in the process.
Hegseth said this is not 2003.
This is not endless nation building under those types of quagmires we saw under Bush or Obama.
He promised another increase in firepower.
Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran.
Hegseth listed 3 main objectives: destroy Iran's missile and drone capabilities, destroy its navy, and permanently deny Iran nuclear weapons.
Their military is being systematically degraded and annihilated.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Iran says it's launched new attacks against Persian Gulf countries and Israel. Correspondent Charlie D'Agata is in Tel Aviv.
This isn't like a false alarm. When those air raid sirens go off, it means something is in the neighborhood. So Iran has continued to be able to strike here in Israel, or at least attempt those strikes.
Sirens also sounding today in Dubai and Bahrain. Iran's Navy still poses a threat to ships transporting oil through the Strait of Hormuz with its drones and surface-to-surface missiles. CBS's Kelly O'Grady.
If the conflict drags on and the strait continues to be impassable, experts warn oil prices could rise to $150 a barrel, driving up gasoline and other energy prices further.
Iraqi officials say they're exploring alternate routes to export oil. Gasoline prices in the U.S. hit a national average of $3.54 a gallon this morning. There is a new law restricting abortions in Wyoming. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
Governor Mark Gordon signed the heartbeat bill, banning most abortions once embryonic cardiac activity is detected, usually around 6 weeks of pregnancy. He acknowledged the new law will likely face legal challenges, and the state's only abortion clinic is already saying it does plan to challenge it in court.
Authors on both sides of the Atlantic are hitting back at artificial intelligence. CBS's Vicki Barker has details from London.
Writers in the U.S. and U.K. can now have special logos put on the covers of their books, certifying human, not AI, authorship. Tracy Chevalier, author of Girl with a Pearl Earring, says book buyers deserve that information.
The human authored logo will be placed on books so that readers can make that decision themselves. We're trying to aim for transparency.
And about 10,000 writers have contributed to Don't Steal This Book, whose only content is a list of their names.
Dow futures down 129. This is CBS News.
Go to the ends of the earth, half a world away. Reach for the stars.
If I take time to think, they might go get Brad.
On CBS, Sunday morning.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The planet's warming temperatures are making everyday activities unsafe.
A university study looks into how Earth's warming climate is extending periods when extreme heat makes it unsafe to go about daily life.
Everyday people doing everyday life things, walking, cleaning, sweeping the floor, and see how heat over the last 70 years has affected the ability to do those things.
Arizona State University researcher Jennifer Vanos says older adults in particular face increased exposure to severe livability limitations.
600 hours per year to 900 hours per year under extreme heat.
Stephen Kaufman, CBS News, Prescott, Arizona.
A Boston fan who went on to become the group's lead singer has died. Tommy DiCarlo was a credit manager at a Home Depot before he was chosen to replace the late Brad Delp as frontman. His family says DiCarlo had brain cancer. He was 60 years old. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Jeff Palermo. Governor Landry laid out his legislative priorities for the 2026 session that got underway on Monday. Landry, who pushed tough on crime legislation in his first year in office, would now like lawmakers to approve a measure that allows the governor to recommend the removal of judges.
Judges hold enormous power, but they are not social workers with a gavel. They are the final gatekeepers of public safety. And when judges treat ankle monitoring like a suggestion, or let contracts lapse, or ignore check-ins, that's not mistaken. They are incompetent.
Landry used the murder of Jacob Carter as evidence that the legislature needs to pass this proposed constitutional amendment. The out-of-state tourist was killed by a juvenile during a robbery in the French Quarter in 2024. The teenager wore an electronic ankle monitor, but the battery was dead when he repeatedly shot Carter in the back. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Muriel criticized the juvenile court judges in New Orleans for not making sure the ankle monitor was working. LRN. One of the best running backs in Louisiana high school football history is returning to his home state to play for the Saints.
New Orleans is signing former Jaguars running back and Jennings native Travis Etienne to a reported 4-year, $52 million deal.
I mean, it's a heavy price, but I don't think it precludes the Saints automatically from drafting Jeremiah Love. I mean, he's that special of a player.
That's Matt Paris, who covers the Saints for The Advocate. New Orleans also beefed up its offensive line with the addition of veteran guard David Edwards. Edwards spent his last 3 seasons in Buffalo and won a Super Bowl with the Rams in 2022. I'm Andre Champagne.
The St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office arrested dozens of people after deputies received word of a cockfight in progress near Opelousas.
We seized 70 roosters. We detained and identified 60-plus individuals that were participating.
Sheriff Bobby Guidros has identified 36-year-old John Eddie LaChapelle as the principal organizer of the cockfight event, and he faces numerous charges. LRN.
Louisiana forests once fueled our economy. Your granddad logged these woods. So did your dad. And now, Beaver Lake Renewable Energy is keeping that legacy alive, turning thinnings and wood byproducts into clean fuel. Right here in Pineville. It means more jobs, stronger forests, and a future that honors where Central Louisiana came from. Be part of Louisiana's next chapter. Visit beaverlakerenewable.com and find out how we're putting Central Louisiana back on the map.
Good morning. Some patchy fog to start us out on this Tuesday morning. The clouds, they're going to stick around for the day. Afternoon highs near 83. Slight chance of some showers throughout the day. Cloudy skies down to 69 for the overnight low. And then for Wednesday, it looks like cloudy early in the day. Possibility of some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Afternoon highs near 81. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, good morning. Welcome back to Talkback on Tuesday. It's always a terrific Tuesday, especially when Mayor of Pineville is with us. Mayor Joe Bishop, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Hey, good morning, guys. How y'all doing this morning?
We're doing well. Always excited to have you in and to talk about the things. We know it's City Council meeting day because you're here, but we know there's more to talk about than just an agenda because there's a lot going on in Pineville.
Absolutely. First off, I'd like to thank the good Lord for the rain we have received in the past few days to wash all the pollen away, to help people with sinus issues, and also to lift the burn bans in Rapides Parish and also surrounding parishes. So
What a blessing on all levels.
Absolutely.
Now, the rain yesterday, my car was actually, when I walked out and I saw all the rain bubbles on my car, it was all green because it had lifted the pollen up. There's so much pollen out there. And Stephen has a little issue with pollen from time to time. So.
I don't even know why I live here, to be honest with you.
Well, that's a really good point. And the burn ban being lifted, I know that's huge for a lot of people. And I'm sure the firefighters appreciate the relief because they've been doing a lot of brush fires in the last month or two.
Well, you know, Nathan, talking about brush fires, last week we had a brush fire in Pineville. Somebody, I call it the OK Allen Bridge, the Curtis Coleman Bridge. Somebody was going towards Alexander, must have flipped out a cigarette butt, and the old Port Bulow, it caught on fire.
Oh, my gosh.
We had to reach out with neighboring fire departments. Alpine brought their little side-by-side out there because it hauls water on it and stuff, and all our fire departments stepped up to the plate, and we put it out in a timely manner before it reached over to the Fort Randall.
I was a member of the Holiday Village Volunteer Fire Department back in the 80s, and we did a lot of brush fires back then. I mean, that's one of the things you do when your area is so large and rural, and you can't bring a big old humongous fire truck to some of those places. You got to have some of that specialized equipment, and I appreciate the cooperation between the fire departments to help keep something contained that could have been a problem for the museum and Giles.
Well, absolutely. You know, we have all the walking, jogging trails, and some of them are elevated, and they're made out of wood and stuff because they could have burned.
No way. Yeah. You know, it just infuriates me when I see somebody flick a cigarette out. I don't care if it's on Main Street or a parking lot or wherever. It's like, why? I mean, who are you that you just feel like somebody else should pick up your trash?
I know.
You know?
You know, put it in your car when you get to the gas station, get gas or whatever, you know, put it in the containers right at the gas station or bring it to your house. Quit throwing away. It kills me when you drive down the highway and you see litters and you see bags of trash or a mattress. You're like, come on, you know that mattress fell out of your truck, pull over, pick it up, you know.
Well, and we speak of litter. It's been a big topic of conversation. Pineville has won the cleanest city many times. You guys are continuing to maintain pristine, I would say. You know, you come across the Purple Heart Bridge into Pineville. I just came back from Texas, and just driving in, there's such a pride that the employees take.
About to say, you don't see a lot of litter out in Pineville.
I know. We try to stay on top of it. And, you know, when I see it, I call in to Public Works, and they'll send the inmate crew out there. And, like, kudos to Sheriff Mark Wood that provides us about 6 inmates every day, Monday through Friday, with a guard. And they go around with a trailer picking up trash to keep our city looking clean. Because when we have business and industry thinking about locating here in central Louisiana, that's one of the key factors. They look around, do they take pride in their community? And I want people to say Pinewood does.
Absolutely. Well, and we've heard stories of multinational companies going to a community and deciding, I don't want my employees to live in a place like this. So,
and I heard that story. Yeah. It was a big corporation coming in. I think it was a car manufacturer or something. So people from Japan or something, they said, no, we don't want our people living around here because they don't take pride. Yeah.
Well, and what's neat to me is not just you taking pride, it's the employees themselves.
Absolutely.
They take such pride in making it look good.
They do. They take pride in their community, and we take pride in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said.
And, you know, we have Love the Boot Week coming up pretty soon, and we always partner with the lieutenant governor there, and we're going to meet up at City Hall. And then when we go out with our little crews to pick up, we're going to bring them to the Kingsville area, okay, because there's a lot of, you know, shopping centers. Right. You got Lowe's, Super One, Walmart, and a lot of debris blows out of a basket or something, or sales paper or something. And let's clean that area up.
One of the things I also appreciate that you've done has been attention to the bridges on the expressway. Because sometimes, because that is DOT right away, that's not a city right away, but you've said we need to keep those bridges looking better. So I appreciate that.
Our overpasses and also the bridges crossing in, you know, from Pinewood to Alexander and stuff. It is DOTD's property, but we have to step up to the plate because everybody focuses that it belongs to the city of Pinewood.
Right.
You know, they traveling down the expressways and stuff.
Well, I was telling Stephen this morning when I drove in, of course, the time change tricked me a little bit. My first early morning to come in. Yesterday morning, the kids were out of school, so I didn't have to get up quite so early. But this morning, coming in early, it was dark. Coming down Main Street, such a beautiful view. And all the lighting on the fronts of the buildings, the Downtown Development District has done a facade program, but also a lighting program. Businesses have taken advantage of that. And I saw something for the first time, the 414 Main was lit up like a Christmas tree. And I made a comment, Stephen, I don't think it's open yet, but it sure looks good. But you told me just now.
Yeah, I went by there last week. He just officially opened. So 414 Main Street is officially open. So we do have gas and diesel on Main Street. So please stop by there. And this morning, before I come to the radio station, I went by there to confirm this. So I'm going to give you some cheap gas prices and diesel prices. So diesel price at 414 Main Street right now is $3.69 a gallon, and regular unleaded is $2.56. So you better go by there and fuel up right now, because
pretty good.
I pay attention to that, guys.
Sure.
You know, when you treat your money just like it's the city's money and everything else. There's certain gas stations I will not go to because they're 50 cents a gallon higher. So before I fuel up my personal vehicle or whatever I'm driving at that time, I check the gas price.
Well, and I don't want to call anybody out, but so we won't mention any station by name. No. But my wife last night went to 3 different stations to save, and the good news is they're close enough. It's not like driving 10 miles, but you can drive around and find good prices. It has been interesting, with these, the way they're having to purchase a company that normally is cheaper than everybody else. Their newest tanker load might be more expensive, and it pays it. It does good to pay attention.
Yeah,
so that's the best price I've heard in Cenla.
It is
anywhere right now. I think we'll all be stopping on the way home.
Yeah, I get to go fill up my truck.
I don't pay attention to diesel. Do you run diesel?
Yes, sir, I have.
So you really know those. A little bit higher price. Diesel used to be a trash fuel, right?
Years ago, but that's the reason people would buy diesel vehicles. They could get, it's 63 cents a gallon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was always so much cheaper than gas, but now it's like crazy expensive.
That's right.
All the additives and whatnot. Well, congratulations on the opening of 414 Main. I wonder if they'll do a ribbon cutting or any kind of. They're just doing a soft open right now. It sounds like.
Correct. He's still stocking the store right now with products and stuff, but at least the pumps are turned on.
That's good. That's good to know. Yeah. Well, very good. So that's all of Main Street looks so good, and all the different businesses have taken advantage there. And another place on Main Street I've visited once. Stephen checked out recently was Hemingway House.
Yeah, Hemingway House.
Have you stopped in there?
Every time? We'll stop by there on the weekends and stuff, and they always have a great crowd. Bonnie and John, they have they're super nice people. People stopping there and eating sandwiches and stuff, sitting around reading a book or playing little games and stuff like that. We even got playing games. We had competition going on there the other evening, But that's great. And also talking about the Hemingway House, I just saw this on social media last night. March the 21st is cars and coffee they're bringing to the Hemingway House starting at 8 a.m. And they also said this is going to be every 3rd Saturday of each month. So bring out your muscle cars, trucks and stuff, and bring the kids out to come and explore stuff that they don't get to see that like we had when we was kids.
Show off my Camry.
Yeah, pull it out. Yeah. Pull it out. I remember my Jackson Street days cruising and stuff. Had a Camaro and a Firebird. Every Friday, as soon as you get off work or out of school, go home and wash it up and go to Jackson Street.
Jackson Street Extension, the place. Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, it was.
We got run off of a few parking lots back in the day.
We sure did. APD chased us a lot. You can't stay here. Can't go to the next lot.
I'm looking at Hemingway House, their Facebook page, and they have a picture. Stephen, you would enjoy this if you like soup. They have the week of soups going on. Yesterday was Hungarian mushroom soup. Today is Mi Amor soup. Tomorrow, beef and Merlot soup.
That's
Thursday, chef's choice. And then Friday, shrimp and corn bisque. I love me some bisque.
That beef Merlot sounds good.
That sounds good. That's tomorrow night. So they also have something called the Outland Riders at 6. I don't know if that's a music group or do y'all know?
I'm not for sure.
I don't know who that is. And so they got a lot of good stuff going on over there, and that's a good follow to see what is happening. And that, like you say, every time I drive by, the parking across the street, because there's no parking on their side of the street, but parking across the street's full.
It's full.
Yes, that's good for them. A lot of good things in downtown. We're going to talk about a few other things that are happening. I know we finished up the Mardi Gras season. Since you've been here, was the parade, if I recall right, y'all were very pleased with the outcome of the parade?
Absolutely. Look, it was shoulder to shoulder for the Mardi Gras parade, our Christmas parade. So people really enjoy coming to Pineville and hanging out. And they tailgate a little while before the parades get there and stuff, and socialize. And yeah, we enjoy things going on in Pineville. We had great bands at the riverfront and stuff. So look forward to continue doing that.
Yeah, more good things going on,
Yeah.
and you are using him and the riverfront more and more for activities.
We are, as of right now, we have Pan American down there doing their survey to where we can get the appraisal back from RAB, and we'll purchase that, and we'll go out for bids on the new pavilion.
I remember we voted on that the last council meeting to authorize that purchase, and that pavilion is really, I feel like, going to be a bit of a game changer downtown.
Oh, it is. Like I said, it's a $1.6 million project. We look forward to this. It's going to be big enough for school functions to come and do a cheer competition, ballet competition, just whatever church groups could come and utilize it. So we're super excited about this project coming downtown Pineville.
Will there be a rental process for it, or a first come, first served, or how's that going?
No, it'll be a rental. So it will run through our rental at Keys Park.
Yeah.
So you'd have to book it.
So people, and what folks may not realize, they can go through that office to reserve, whether it's the one of the community centers or the pavilion behind Keys Park or Keys Park itself. There's a process you go through to be able to use those facilities, and I think that's a good orderly way of going about making sure that it's not a free-for-all for somebody. Well, I was here first.
That's right. So if you want to rent one of our facilities or something, stop by Keys Park there Monday through Friday. We have somebody inside there. They'll look up the booking information, tell you how much it's going to cost, and we have some great prices on our community centers here. Main Street Community Center, Keys Park, and also Tudor Community Center on Bragg Street.
Well, if anybody's ever priced rental places, there's no doubt that Pineville Community Centers kind of kept the corner of the market on good pricing.
That's right. And we just painted the interior of the building at Keys Park and also put brand new carpet in there.
Nice.
So it's a game changer when you walk in there right now.
All right, we need to take our break. We come back. We'll talk a little bit about agenda and a few other things happening in Pineville with Pineville Mayor Joe Bishop with more right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
I'm Blake Miguez, and I approve this message. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm Blake Miguez. I'm a 7th-generation Louisianian. My family has been part of this state for centuries, built businesses, raised families, and lived by the values that make Louisiana, Louisiana. Conservative groups rated me the most conservative candidate in Louisiana's 5th congressional race. And President Trump gave my campaign his complete and total endorsement, calling me a MAGA warrior, because when he needs someone in Washington who will fight hard, he knows he can count on me. President Trump has counted on me. Louisiana has counted on me. I won't let either one down. I'm Blake Miguez, Trump's MAGA warrior. I'm ready for this fight, and I'm asking for your vote.
Paid for by Miguez for Louisiana. Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
Now back to Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Man, I should listen to that little groovy music for a while. That was kind of nice. We're joined this morning by Pineville Mayor Joe Bishop. Mayor, there's no shortage of things to talk about in Pineville, including a rainy opening of a brand new business that's new to Central Louisiana. Opened on Sunday in Pineville. You were there. Tell us about it.
Absolutely, Nathan. This past Sunday morning, we was at TJ Maxx. So we was out there at 8 o'clock. They had the new ribbon cutting. I showed up in the rain. They had citizens lined up on the sidewalk waiting on the front doors to open. And it was an awesome experience at 8 a.m. When you went through. They had a tunnel with the employees cheering, the customers coming in the door. So it was a very upmoving grand opening.
Has your wife been there yet?
Not yet. She's like, I wish they would bring a home goods with the TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
So hopefully that's next.
Well, maybe. Well, let's put the bug in Matt's ear. I'm sure he says he's got a little space there between TJ Maxx and the new, soon to open Harbor Freight. So.
Yeah, so when a Harbor Freight opens, the men can go to Harbor Freight, the women can go to TJ Maxx.
So you can all meet up at Raising Cane's afterwards for lunch.
There you go. That's right. Just walk, just in the car stays parked.
That's exactly right. Yeah, the whole new downtown concept right there in the parking lot.
That's right.
And I'd be going to China Queen right there.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Yeah. And also this week, I was told that Chick-fil-A might be setting up in Max parking lot on 28 East.
Yep.
So I think they're trying to check the pulse of Pineville. So I think that once they set up their little temporary stand, they will sell out in a very timely manner. And I have been talking with them. So hopefully this year or next year, you will see a Chick-fil-A coming to Pineville.
In my ignorant business brain, but it seems like a no-brainer.
It is.
To put it in Pineville. Yeah,
it is. And like I said, I've been courting the steakhouses, and I tell them, whoever comes first will knock a grand slam.
No doubt.
It will knock a grand slam. So if I was in the steakhouse business, guess what? You'd see one breaking ground right now. I would be the first.
I know it's not a steakhouse, but Habibi's, their steak might be one of the best in Central Louisiana.
We went, ate lunch there during the ice storm and stuff like that. And we was the only customers in there, but excellent food.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So it's a hidden gem.
Took my wife there a month ago or so, and I texted Steven, what do you recommend? And he mentioned the steak, and I did it. Mayor, I don't know if I've ever had a better steak in Rapid Spirit. It was, the closest one, there are two in my top favorites. Pop's Place on Friday night has an amazing steak.
I haven't had that yet.
I think he marinates them for a couple of days before he cooks them. So, I mean, now they're not steak houses in the sense of, the elegance that you're looking for in a salt grass or something like that. But there's some great food. That Habibi's puts out some good food.
Absolutely.
Man.
And then talking about a steakhouse and stuff, Lou and Laura are still on schedule, hopefully the end of July. And it's going to be a completely different menu, but still offering the same great food they have at Lou and Laura's here in Alexander. But they're going to have a steak on the menu, a full bar. So it's going to be a sort of like a spirits atmosphere in Pineville.
I know I don't have to tell you all this too, but like everything that's happening in downtown Pineville, all these things opening up, military, the things happening in Kingsville, like that's such a big deal, not only for like the city and business, but like LCU. Like if you're a prospective college student coming, you're going to look at those kind of things. And it's very attractive. So it's amazing to see what Pineville's doing.
I hadn't thought about that. What a great recruiting tool that is for LCU.
It is. It's walking distance from the school. It's a safe environment. Y'all see the students out early in the morning when I'm riding around checking the city out. They're walking and jogging up and down Main Street, a well-lit area, and a safe, secure area.
Yep.
Well, Mayor, we've only got a couple of minutes left, and we haven't even talked about the agenda tonight. I'm sure you want to invite people out to the council meeting.
I do, but also one thing real quick. The project at 165 right there at Kingsville, weather permitting, it should be at the end of this coming Friday. All that should be open and completed 100%.
I heard a collective gasp of relief, sigh of relief from all the little businesses there.
That's right.
Who people have figured it out. They stayed busy, but I'm sure it's going to help them out quite a bit.
That's right.
They're going to be excited.
They will be.
And Al can stop complaining about having to go Shreveport Highway Way whatever it is.
Yeah, all the crossovers will be opened up and stuff.
Just kidding, Uncle Al.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that's really good news. I did mean to ask you about that because I'd heard it maybe soon. So from last you heard, weather permitting, end of the week. That's right. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything big on the agenda that folks will want to pay attention to?
Well, we don't have that big of an agenda tonight, but also to make keeping Pineville clean. We're condemning 3 houses, one at 1703 Melrose Street, 307 Baker Street, 200 Wadley Street. We're going out for bids on them properties. So them properties will be cleaned up in a timely manner.
That's great.
So, and then also we have more houses on the agenda to be condemned and have hearings for them. And also adopting the International Fire Code, bringing things up to par with the fire codes. So,
well, I noticed on there the resolution to award contracts for Lot 4, the asbestos abatement, demolition, and clearance. When you see Lot 4, this is not talking about Lot 4 of a subdivision.
Correct.
This is the 4th round.
4th packet.
So I think I've lost track of how many houses we've taken down the last couple of years. It's been a bunch.
You're right, Nathan. Like I said, last year we took down just a little over 25, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to continue building that list. So if I can get federal money or state money for another grant to tear down houses, we'll have all these houses already condemned, and then we can go out for bids. They do the asbestos abatement inspections and tear it down.
It's good to be ahead of the game and have stuff
right.
ready to go. So when that money becomes available, you can take advantage of it.
That's right.
Good stuff. All right. Well, folks, at 5 o'clock this afternoon, Pineville Main Street, 910 Main Street at City Hall Council Room is where the council meeting will be held. Or you can go to pineville.net and watch it live on the internet.
Live stream, exactly. You can live stream it. And also, if you need to look at our budget's online. And all of this is state laws, and we follow state laws. And we appreciate working with the legislature.
Well, Mayor, we appreciate you coming in each month and sharing what's going on. We miss your sidekick, Daryl, but you don't need Daryl. I mean,
he's checking on his wife today.
Yeah, we thoughts with them. So appreciate you again very much coming in. Invite people to come out tonight, and we look forward to seeing you next month here on KSYL.
Absolutely. God bless everybody.
All right, sir. Mayor of Pineville, Joe Bishop, will be back with more on Talkback right after this.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Panic in oil markets appears to be over. Futures are falling today as President Trump says the Iran war to end soon. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it's exactly party time on Wall Street as investors continue to lick their wounds from recent losses and also worry about the war. We just got word the UAE has halted a refinery after a drone attack. Possible pickup in retail sales. Johnson Redbook says sales at stores open at least a year. Same store sales rose 6.2% in the latest week compared to a year ago. Human brain cells are now running data centers. Cortical Labs working on 2 small data centers. It's putting lab-grown neurons into silicon. It's already taught its brain cells to play computer games like Pong and Doom. And some advice if you have a meeting with President Trump. Wall Street Journal says the president has an obsession with $145 Florsheim Oxfords. The president's even taken to guessing people's shoe size in front of them. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Problems. Everybody hates them, but from time to time, everybody's got some.
Is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Well, good morning. Some patchy fog to start us out on this Tuesday morning. The clouds, they're going to stick around for the day. Afternoon highs near 83. Slight chance of some showers throughout the day. Cloudy skies down to 69 for the overnight low. And then for Wednesday, it looks like cloudy early in the day. Possibility of some showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Afternoon highs near 81. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
Good morning. You're on Talkback. Well, that's what we say to callers who call in. And the caller who has called in right now is none other than Ball Mayor Gail Wilkin. Good morning, the mayor. How are you?
Good morning, guys, from the Moon Pie capital, Louisiana, the wonderful town of Ball.
Well,
How are you?
We're doing
Morning.
well. We're excited to have you on. I had a feeling you'd be a little bit excited when you called in, and you did not disappoint.
Excited isn't the word.
Yeah.
We're beyond excited
There
here.
is some
in the town
excitement
of
for a
Ball.
little happening there on Saturday. Believe it or not, it's this Saturday, ready or not. Moon Pie Festival is coming to Pineville. And Stephen and I were talking off air before you called in. Like, tell us, how did you come up with this idea?
If I tell you it's a God thing, would you understand?
Well, I think
I'm going to make it.
Yeah, we both believe in that.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you that it happened at the Mardi Gras parade 2 years ago. I kept asking my Jesus for a festival. Why can't I have a festival? You know, I'm kind of jealous. All my mayor friends have festivals, but Town of Ball doesn't have a festival. So you know how you line up in your parade line and you take and put out your beads and your throws, and in my case, also moon pies, stuffed animals. And Vaughn Motors had given us the coolest truck ever. And all the little kids loved that truck. So they were riding their bicycles. And one little boy in particular, I'd say he's about 10, he came up and he said, Mayor Gale, Mayor, would you throw me one of the big moon pies? And I said, my baby, you don't want some of these big old beads, some stepped animals? No, ma'am, I want that moon pie. And I picked up the moon pie, and a whisper came in my ear and said, there's your festival.
Oh, wow.
That day, that minute, that time, it became the Moon Pie Festival.
Well, isn't that something?
I do like me some moon pies.
So,
I love moon pies.
Last time I was there, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. You finish your story.
I love moon pies. You know, in my day and time, moon pies and an RC were a meal. You know, and you thought you had a really good meal. And you could get that for $1, both of them together. So moon pies have been in my life for a long time. And when you're from the parish, you eat a lot of moon pies, sometimes at least 2 meals a day.
Oh, my.
So,
I don't even know if you can find RCs anymore. Can you?
Well, guess what? The Moon Pie, Chattanooga Bakery, and RC Cola Bottling Company sponsor our festival in big part.
Wow.
And RC is bringing enough drinks for about 2,000 people.
Wow.
And they have a new product that's called RC Zero. So they're kind of showcasing that one in our festival. So we're very excited with them. They're very generous to us, same as Chattanooga Bakery. Billy Nungesser, I can't say enough about our Lieutenant Governor. He tells me that the Moon Pie Festival is the fastest growing festival in the state of Louisiana. He's very proud of our little town. You know, he was our first Mardi Gras king.
Yeah, you kind of honored him that way, and I think he feels beholden to you.
I think he does.
Well, he called in.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he called in and talked about the Moon Pie Festival, so that was very nice.
Yes, he did.
Well, so
and
it's all.
He also.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
he also made. He also made a video for us to do for our media, and then one because he's going to be in Europe and will not be able to attend.
Right.
And of course, don't let me not say something really nice about our governor, who has done the same thing. He has promoted our Moon Pie Festival. He and I we have this little thing going about moon pies. He declared the town of Ball the moon pie capital of Louisiana.
Well,
and I understand that this is the only town that he himself has designated as a capital.
Well, very nice.
A product capital. So it was very nice of him to do that.
Well,
he did that in the last session.
I've got a feeling that the Moon Pie Company, whoever that bakery company is, kind of likes you.
Yeah.
They like me a lot. And, you know, they said, Miss Gale, you realize nobody has ever wanted to have a moon pie festival. I said, I know, but I do. And they got a big kick. And when I told them the story about the little boy and God actually giving it, and I asked their permission, and they said, you know, Miss Gail, he said, this is Corey Johnston. He is the owner of Chattanooga Bakery. He said, Miss Gail, I have you on speakerphone, and we're getting the biggest kick out of this story. He said, and we have decided what God has said will happen. Don't let us stand in the way. We're behind you.
That sounds
that was a great.
Yeah, that sounds like a Bible-believing man. He quoted scripture to you right there, practically. Well, that is great. Well, we want to talk a little bit more about it, but we need to take a break here in a second. But before we take the break, just remind everybody, it's this Saturday from what time to what time? It's
from 10 a.m. in the morning, and we're going to dance the night away until 8 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, sometimes we go a little bit over.
Yeah.
Well, y'all should have at night the moon pie ball in ball.
Oh.
Stephen, you don't know how many people are asking that.
Really? Oh, I thought I came up with it.
Well, you need to keep up with it. Maybe I could make you chairman of that committee.
Okay. Or moon pie balls. You can make some. No one's come up with that yet, huh?
Oh, that's
not yet.
Well, there is a moon pie cook-off, isn't there?
You can make some moon pie balls.
Oh, yes, sir. There's a cook-off and eating contest.
We'll talk about that and more when we come back, and a phone call from Mayor Gail Wilkin of Ball right after this.
KSYL. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for takeoff.
United Express flights to Houston are taking off in May from Alexandria International Airport. Reservations are now open for twice daily flights operated by SkyWest Airlines. Skip the drive. With nonstop service to Houston, you're one step closer to nearly 200 destinations worldwide. And if you're a United Mileage Plus loyalty member, you can earn miles for your flights.
Houston, we have liftoff.
Book now at flyaex.org/united. Reunited, and we're so excited.
Some smiles sound like this, while others sound this way. If you'd like to improve the way your smile sounds, the folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver. Over the years, hundreds of Central Louisiana patients have visited Today's Dental and then left completely satisfied. Their dental implant procedure is amazingly simple, low anxiety, and completely affordable. Today's technology makes your beautiful smile easier than ever. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled certified nurse anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Want your smile to sound better? Give Today's Dental a call at 318-448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. That's 318-448-4540.
Hi, I'm Rhett with Entergy Louisiana, and I'm a customer too. I'm proud to say that our rates are 33% below the national average. Every day, our team is focused on keeping costs lower for you. We take affordability personally because this is our home too. So we work harder and smarter to fight rising costs while also improving reliability for years to come. This isn't just my job, it's a commitment to my community. Together, we power life. Entergy.
.970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talkback.
We welcome you back to Talkback, and we have a caller that's been waiting to visit, and I've got to find the right button because I don't want to. I think I got it. Good morning, caller. You're on Talkback with Mayor Gail Wilkin of Ball.
Hello, how y'all today?
Doing great, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm batting for 100.
I love it.
That ain't bad for an old lady, 2-year-old man.
Ooh, go ahead on. That's great.
I wanted to tell the mayor something. I hope she don't get mad at me about it. But, I'm afraid it might make her a little bit jealous, but I don't want to do that. But, Carfax has a pecan festival in November, and it draws a pretty good crowd. But they've started one in the summer that I believe is going to outdo the pecan festival.
What's that?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a hard thing.
Yeah. At any rate, this year is going to be the 3rd annual Foot Fungus Festival in Talkback.
I knew it was going somewhere. How did
You gotta be.
You know what? That's an awesome. And you know what Billy Nungesser says, my darling? He says it doesn't. He said Billy Nungesser says it doesn't matter what you do a festival on. It's a success. And that's the lieutenant governor that says that.
That's right. Well, I hope I didn't make you jealous.
Well, I am, but I will be there. Can I?
Okay.
I can be a guest of honor.
Yes, ma'am. All righty. See y'all later.
Thank you, caller. We appreciate that. That's great.
A lot of us had foot fungus. So.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
That's hilarious.
I knew it wasn't going to be serious as soon as I knew who it was.
I love him. Yeah, he's such a neat caller. Well, Mayor Gale, it's so good to have folks call in and enjoy your joy because you are an infectiously joyous person. And people can't help but smile when they talk with you. And you're bringing joy to the town of Ball, those kids that, I've been to your festival before. It is so family oriented. Absolutely. Just the perfect family event, costume characters, activities for the kids, games, and vendors galore. I mean, I don't know how y'all have room, but you find some place to put everybody.
We do. This is our biggest of the 3, of course, and I want to give a little shout out to Alderman Carol Ward. Conductor. Choo-choo train conductor, Carol Ward. Mr. Buck Linscomb was absolutely one of the greatest heroes in the town of Ball. And he had made this little choo-choo train for his grandchildren. And he has passed, and his family dedicated that train to the children of the town of Ball. And Alderman Conductor Ward has decided he wants to drive that train, and he will. So the kids look forward to that. And I want to say that there is absolutely no charge for the activities that the town provides for the children. It's all about the children. We do it because I want them to be proud to be from the town of Ball. I want them to have memories that they will carry. When they're my age, they'll say, I remember the Moon Pie Festival.
Nice.
And I remember they had 10 different varieties of moon pies. Who ever heard of this?
Can you name those moon pie varieties?
Oh, I can name the 10 that we're going to have.
Okay.
We have chocolate.
1.
Chocolate mint.
2.
Strawberry.
3.
Banana, the most favorite, by the way. Lemon.
5.
Coconut.
6.
Vanilla.
7.
Blueberry.
8.
Salted caramel.
9.
And birthday party.
Get out of town.
And there are 4 other variety flavors that are seasonal and were not available.
Okay.
But we got Chattanooga Bakers sent us some of everything they had available.
Wow, so nice. And I remember before with RC, they bring some other flavored drinks as well. They had one.
They do.
You let me taste. Was it cream, cream and raspberry or something? What was that?
It was. It was. I think it was raspberry cream.
Oh, that was delicious.
And it was the most popular. I had never heard of it, but they bought a bunch of it, and it went like hotcakes.
Well, sure.
And I have to say that we have a group of our seniors who are going to be taking shifts and distributing the RC Cola. And I'm telling you, they're battling over who's going to take what shift and how long they're going to stay.
Oh, that is great.
So the community is really excited about helping, volunteering to help us do things. And that's a wonderful thing.
That's great.
Because that's what it's all about.
Well,
bringing us together.
Yeah, I know the sheriff will be there. His guy, Barry McCain, who's phenomenal, one of the best community officers around, will be out there. The security, you got I hear the DA may be there, some judges will be there. So you're going to have a star-packed crowd. Tell us about parking. How do you recommend people handle the parking?
Okay, we have shuttle buses that are going to run all day long, beginning at 9 o'clock. And we're going to have one shuttle bus at a Church of Pentecost in Ball, and the other working Paradise Elementary.
Very nice.
So we're taking care of all of that. We can't tell people where to park because DOTD would not be happy with us.
Right.
We do not tell people to park on the highway, but sometimes things get out of hand, and they do.
So, but Ball will not be citing people if they were to do that, I'm assuming.
No, sir.
And we want to encourage people to be respectful of local businesses that are conducting business. Try not to take up their parking spaces.
Exactly.
I know you don't want to hurt the local businesses with that. You want them to benefit.
And I want to give a shout out to Ball Food, who, the new owners, Hart Brothers. They always offer to help us.
Nice.
And whatever we're putting on, Boo Walk, they always take part in the activity, and they're very, very generous. So we try to block off an area for Ball Food customers and the post office, mail truck and things. So we try to be considerate of that, and we ask the people attending to do the same.
Very nice.
But, for Ball to go out of its way, that's the kind of people we have here.
Yeah.
That our local vendors, they go out for us on everything.
That's the beauty of community.
It's for the kids.
Yeah, that's
that is the beauty of this community.
Yeah, so I know, and that's what you're doing it for. I mean, certainly economic impact and tourism and all that, but it seems like you guys are just really more focused about the family experience.
It is. We have more people thanking us for bringing this festival to the town of Ball. Last year, we had a young man come all the way from Alaska.
Wow.
And he got a little prize.
Nice.
Of course, it was moon pie basket, but he came and told me, he said, Miss Gill, when I was growing up here in Ball, he said, there was nothing good. We were not known for anything good. He said, when I got wind of this festival, he was in the service, he said, I told my wife, this is the first thing to ever be good in my lifetime at the town of Ball, and I want to be there to share it. He shared that story with us, and was so proud to be able to say, I'm from Ball.
Beautiful. Mayor Gail Wilkie, Mayor of Ball, you have brightened our day, and I think you whetted our appetites for some moon pies, which we can satisfy this weekend. Is it too late to sign up for the moon pie eating contest?
It is not. Let me tell you, we got some awesome judges. We've got Pafford going to be here, of course. We've got Stephen and Rachel McKay as our MCs. If you've ever seen them in action, you don't want to miss that in itself. It's quite a treat.
They're a lot of fun.
And then,
that's great.
Yeah, we have that new judge. Says Stephen.
You know him a little bit. Yeah, you know him. You sat beside him for a few years.
Yeah, in 30 years, he was our town attorney. We made him the Moon Pie Festival, being a judge for the eating contest, gave him the experience that put him over to win his campaign.
Isn't that something?
Can you believe that?
I love
the experience he got judging moon pie eating.
That's wonderful.
And then, of course, we have John Valenzuela, owner of Quibido's, which is the official restaurant for the Moon Pie Festival, who is going to be the judge, and a young lady named Katie Dozat, who is, she's on TikTok, got some kind of eating show, and she is so beautiful.
Wonderful.
She is so excited about being the judge for that cooking contest.
That is great. Oh, that's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Well, we got to wrap it up. We got about 30 seconds. What else you got?
Avery Michaels.
Yeah.
Wow. Avery Michaels and the 80s experience. We're going to swing the night away, swing the day away. We have some gospel music as well. And God is our special guest for this festival is our Lord Jesus Christ.
Amen. Thank you for always honoring the Lord with your words and your life, and for honoring the citizens of Ball with the experience that you give them and inviting us to the party. We appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Sounds wonderful.
All right.
Thank you guys for having me.
Mayor Gail Wilkin
Bye-bye.
of Ball inviting everybody to the Moon Pie Festival this Saturday. Hope to see you there. Thank you, Mayor.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with The Clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The Clinics on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Need office supplies, janitorial supplies, or office furniture, either new or pre-owned? Then look no further than DTW Office Supply, with wholesale prices on a large selection of top quality products, all with the personalized hometown service that you deserve. We're proud to serve the entire state of Louisiana with daily deliveries right to your door. Visit us today at 1219 MacArthur Drive or online at dtwofficesupply.com. That's DTW Office Supply, your trusted partner for all of your office needs. Quality, value, service.
Gumbo weather is here, so come get you a hot and hearty bowl full at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express. It's your quick in and quick out headquarters for lunch. It's right there on the corner of North MacArthur and Bayou Rapides. Come get you some gumbo or choose from a selection of crisp, fresh salads. Try one of their hot or cold sub sandwiches made your way. And don't forget their hamburgers. Give Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express a try for lunch on North MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talkback.
Well, the final segment of the hour is upon us. We've got about 4 minutes left to go as we wrap things up. Great conversations this morning. Jason Parks from Northwestern State University brought in J.D. Cox, the director of their Argo program, which is essentially their drone program, data collection program. Phenomenal, very interesting conversation. Mayor Joe Bishop from the city of Pineville talking about happenings in Pineville, and Mayor Gail Wilkin with us talk about the Moon Pie Festival and the excitement in the town of Ball. And I definitely plan to stop by there Saturday morning. We have a big event at our church this whole weekend. We're celebrating 50 years from when my father founded the church in 1976. And so we've got events Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I told Mayor Gail, I'm going to be there at some point. I'm going to make my way over and imbibe in a moon pie in an RC or something like that. I've been there before, enjoyed it very much, a great family opportunity. So, Stephen, I know you enjoy any opportunity to party, so maybe that'd be something to bring. Well, you're busy this weekend. You've got a big event this weekend. You're dancing.
I might make it out. We'll see. It's Friday night.
But you're dancing with a star.
Yeah. I got a lot of events going on, and so you kind of get tired on the weekend. You know how it is.
I do, yeah.
And so we'll see. Yeah.
But I was trying to set you up to say something nice about your wife. You're dancing with a star.
Oh, yeah. My wife is hopefully going to carry the team. We've basically just finished our routine last night, 3 days before the event. So.
Right. You got your steps down?
I think so, yeah. I have the stage presence of a 2x4, so people are just going to have to take it, whatever it is.
That.
Oh, dude, it's true. I just don't have, this dancing is not my thing.
The good news is nobody looks at the guy anyway. As long as you don't look garish,
What does that mean?
Outlandishly ugly.
Well, that's hard to do.
No, you're not.
Not to look that way.
No, you're not. And so you just let her shine. You be subdued, understated in your outfit.
That's what I hope.
Right? Yeah. And then let her shine. And
I have an all-black outfit.
There you go.
Yeah, she's
You'll
got
look like
the
part
frills
of the
and
stage
stuff.
crew.
That's what I'm saying. I hope I fade into the background.
So that's at Alexandria Country Day School. They have their big event this Friday night, Dancing with the Stars. How many contestants are there?
There are 9 teams, so 18 people. It's going to be at the Randolph Riverfront Center Friday night. You can still buy your tickets. If you do buy your tickets online, put Team Maxwell because it helps us out for something. And
bragging rights, probably.
I guess so. But if you don't want to come, I'd be okay with it. But I know they want to raise money at the school, so you should come.
Yeah.
Buy some tickets. If you want to, if you like me and you want to support for friends, sure. If you don't like me, you can see me just look ridiculous. So,
you win either way.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
That'll be fun.
I'm going to suggest you for the next one.
No, you're not.
Dude, come on.
Dude.
You're not a true Baptist, so it won't even matter if you dance, right? So
well, I have been known to do a mean Cupid shuffle.
Dude, that's all you got to do. Just do some little footwork, and you'll be fantastic.
Oh my goodness!
I'll throw your name in it for next year.
I don't know. You've already thrown my name in enough. Thank you very much. I love you, bro. Well, look, it's been a great day. It's been a great day, great show. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Al will be back. It'll be back to the normal tomfoolery around here. So you can definitely enjoy. We talk about Bluebell coming in tomorrow, and also, more importantly than that, Gabe Furman coming on at 7:30, giving a legislative update and letting us know what's happening in Baton Rouge. So stick around for that tomorrow. We'll see you then.